Alex Dimino, I beg your pardon. Katja Butler against Angela Tamjanovic Emden. Now, well, we've got updates from the Brisbane International Qualification, WTA 500. It is ongoing right now. Live update, Diana Yashemska is up against Xu Shai as Talia Gibson defeated Lole Zhejian to move to the next round of the qualification. Madison Ingis against Yulia Star Road Sewa in a live clash. A lot of games, but for those who are already through to the next round, Halle Baptiste, Sofia Lansarai, Olivia Gadakesh, Valeria Sevillac, Mai Hot Tama, Julia Rera, and Temia Babos. Okay, let's also give you updates from the world of tennis this morning. It is more of Karolina Munkova, who has pulled out of next month's Australian Open with a nagging wrist injury that's also kept her out of WTA finals in October. The 27-year-old Jacques, who is number 8 in the WTA rankings, well, remember, enjoyed one of her best seasons this year and finished the runner-up to the top-ranked Iga Swiatek at the French Open before a run to the US Open semifinals in September, where she suffered the right wrist issues. Remember, the Australian Open starts on January 14 till 28. It is 9:09 this morning. We'll look at more updates from that world of football. Let's move to the other side of the show this morning. Do not move a muscle. 9:10.
Turn up the volume.
What have we do to get your love? Girl, I don't give you all I got, but it's not enough for you. Show you fire me, got a pot of love. Now I be say I don't be getting enough of you. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come through. My shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. My shawty, oh, they care. My baby, my baby.
My better half, the best I ever had. What I want and what I bad. What I like, she likes. Dislikes a little, sometimes a lot. Balance our bicycles. What I hate, she hates. So at least she pretends to. That's my lover, confidant, friend too. The dotted line, I'm about to put a pen to. With you by my side, there's nothing that I can't do.
Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come through. My shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. My shawty, oh, they care. My baby, my baby.
Well, Mainland Block Party featuring Netesy Joe Boy, my baby 5 and 6. Now, let's talk about 5 and 6 on the show this morning. You are 5 and 6. We're together, and we've been together, throughout the year 2023. Remember, it's the last show for the year 2023, talking sport, right? Okay, and let us talk about a team that has been inconsistent in the league. Talking about Nigeria Premier Football League. Shooting stars and defeats, draws like 5 and 6. Now let's move straight to the second half of the show.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
My name is OLADAPO. Kunubi, you can call me Young Striker 9. You're still listening to Kickoff Sports Show. Well, not only shooting stars is like 5 and 6, talking about inconsistent results coming from teams in the NPFL, the likes of Sporting Lagos, the likes of Bayelsa United, Aqua United, including Niger Tornadoes. Looking at results of games that went down yesterday in the NPFL match day 16, Abia Warriors defeated Gombe United 3-1 as Bayelsa United sat back at home, lost 1-2 against Enyimba. Enugu Rangers defeated Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan 2-0 as Heartland recorded a 3-1 victory over Remo Stars. Kennedy Boboye were the magic wand but still in the relegation zone. Kano Pillars defeated Kwara United 2-1. Lobby Stars edged the Niger Tornadoes 1-0 as Splash United defeated Sporting Lagos 1-0. It was 1-0 draw between Rivers United and Bendel Insurance, while Katina United defeated Aqua United 1-0. Sunshine Stars of Akure, remember, on Wednesday defeated Doma United 2-0. But now looking at how the table stands, despite its defeat of Remo Stars against Heartland FC of Owerri, Remo Stars is still atop of the NPFL log with 29 points. Lobby Stars is second with 29 points. Doma United is third with 28 points. Enyimba International is fourth with 26 points. Splash United is fifth with 25 points. Kano Pillars is sixth. Bendel Insurance seventh. Abia Warriors 8th. Enugu Rangers 9th. Sunshine Stars is 10th. Katsina United 11th. Kwara United is 12th. Shooting Stars dropped to the 13th spot. As Gombe United is 14th. Sporting Lagos is 15th. Rivers United from 11 matches is 16th. So a lot is going down. Now talking about teams down. Heartland 17th. Niger Tornadoes 18th. Aqua United is 19th. And Bayelsa United is 20th. Now let's go on a break. And when we come back, we talk AFCON preparations, talking about updates coming from Cameroon, talking about Super Eagles of Nigeria, and some other teams. Do not move a muscle. It is Solutions 939 FM. Kickoff Sports Show still live.
That's why I've got FCMB.
The little moments of joy that we share with our loved ones is what lights up the season and makes it truly special. Merry Christmas from FCMB. FCMB, my bank and I.
Omo, you're always on your phone. You don't even have time for your guys anymore. Where you they see this data?
Sorry, bro. It's Ayoba.
Ayoba? Which babe is that one again?
Ayoba is not a babe. It's the all-in-one app that lets you chat and call friends, listen to music, play games, get trendy gist, and many more. All on the app. No need for multiple apps. Just use Ayoba and enjoy.
Yo, tell me more.
Yes! With Ayoba, you can play, work, have fun, share files, and many more. And that's not all. MTN subscribers get 700 MB weekly to enjoy all these on Ayoba. So, what are you waiting for? Download Ayoba now on Play Store or App Store to get started.
Guy, this Ayoba is better than you said, oh.
MTN, what are we doing today?
Every lit day of Christmas, Prime Video gives to me action-packed adventure.
I don't hit soft.
Heartwarming drama.
How would you help him?
Edge of sea, it's thriller.
It's like the good old days.
Rib-cracking shows.
You don't freak out.
Catch all the fun right here on Prime Video. All Christmas long. What a way to enjoy the season.
This Christmas, watch Candy Cane Lane, Jack Reacher, Breath of Life, LOL 9 She Must Be Obeyed on Prime Video. Start your free trial today.
John, what's up? Check your phone. I just send you Momo referral.
My mama don't run that one for me since now. Me say for the find who I go refer, make a quick hammer my million.
Hey! You too fit be one of the 6 millionaires for the Momo Refer and Win promo. To win, dial *671# to sharply open your Momo account and select option 6 to refer your family and friends them. After that, make sure see them open Momo account and use them recharge airtime or data at least 100 naira. Chicken. Now, the more people where you refer, the more you go win. If you don't see out of 6 million naira every week, you fit to chop out of 160 million naira. Momo Refer and Win promo. The more you refer, the more you win. This promo will run from November 2010 to 31st December 2023. Terms and conditions stay shall.
Your comfort is important. If you're looking for quality, classy, comfortable, and imported furniture, Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise is a place for you. At Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, we've got a wide range of top-notch imported furniture for you at affordable prices. Name it: sofas, royal marble dining set, executive furnitures of all kinds, banquet furniture, bed and dressing mirror, kitchen cabinet, and lots more. Our intention is to make you feel comfortable always by providing quality furniture, whether at home, office, hotel, lounge and bar, and so on. Hurry now. Contact us today at Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, shop number AA 80-20, Railway Shopping Complex, Aleshiloye Market, and shop 8A-11, Railway Shopping Line, by Alalubosa Junction, Iyagonku Railway Crossing, Ibadan. Call 0802-303-0550 or 0706-225-2649. Johnson A. Nigeria Enterprise, home of quality furniture made for you.
Magic System, Yemi Alade, Mohammed Ramadan. Well, songs for the Africa Cup of Nations, and just to bring the energy up. Now let's talk about the Africa Cup of Nations preparations. Let's talk about Super Eagles of Nigerian players this morning, and let's talk about Frank Onyeka, who has opened up his desire to play at the Continental Showbiz. He was part of Nigeria's squad to the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, hosted by Cameroon. Well, according to the midfielder, who expressed his desire to play at the biggest competition, while speaking with BBC Africa, well, he says, and I quote, "I will always want to represent my country on the big stage. It's an honor to wear the green and white shirt, so it's something that I have to do." Well, if it's about something you have to do, let's also wait for Jose Peserio and, the NFF, if they are in good terms. And let's wait for the final list. Remember, Super Eagles of Nigeria has been drawn in the Group A, where they will take on host Cote d'Ivoire, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. Still talking about Super Eagles of Nigeria, former Super Eagles captain John Mikel Obi has tipped Super Eagles as favourite to clinch the Africa Cup of Nations title and to make it the 4th title. Well, Mikel, who was part of the side that conquered Africa in the 2013 AFCON, 10 years ago, claimed that the Super Eagles will always go into the AFCON as favourite. Well, you can always say that. Now, talking about the NFF Technical Committee chairman, saying that the Super Eagles can be better. And the Super Eagles will feature in the Cote d'Ivoire 2023 Africa Cup of Nations with the sole aim of winning the AFCON title for the 4th time. Chairman of the Nigeria Football Federation NFF Technical Committee, Alhaji Sharif Inuwa Al-Hassan, has spoken to newsmen about that. Well, everybody will surely have a statement, but the question is, how committed are these players? Goalkeeping department is also questionable. Now, let's talk about the hosts this morning of the Africa Cup of Nations. Ivory Coast and their player who's in Turkey, Galatasaray. Ivory Coast Galatasaray winger Wilfred Zaha has not been called up by coach Jean-Louis Gasset in the country's 27-man Africa Cup of Nations squad, which was named on Thursday. The 31-year-old, who moved to the Turkish Super League from Crystal Palace in the close season, has only played in 2 friendlies for Ivory Coast this year, missing their Cup of Nations qualifiers and last month's first round of World Cup qualifying. Gasset has included Nottingham Forest's Sergio Aurier, Ibrahim Sangare and Willy Bolly, plus Al Ali midfielder Frank Casey and Trabzonspor winger Nicolas Pepe, who returns after a year's absence. But talking about Sergio Aurier, this man, even in my fantasy, has not been playing, but there's no problem. Well, Ajax split Ismail Diallo got a first call-up, while Union Saint Galosier Lazare Imani makes his second squad. Forward Sebastian Haller of Borussia Dortmund and RB Salzburg's Karim Konate also feature for the host, who face Super Eagles of Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau in the Africa Cup of Nations Group A. Well, we're also getting a bit about Samuel Chukwueze with the decision coming for, to know when to release this man. Well, remember, Ivory Coast will take on Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea in the Group A. All right, now let's move on this morning. Do we have any updates? Well, we are getting updates about Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed about the delay. We are also getting reaction from Cameroon that this man is still having internal issue. Andre Onana is in talks with Cameroon FA in an attempt to delay his release for the Africa Cup of Nations. The Manchester United goalkeeper has been named in the Cameroon squad ahead of the tournament, which starts in Ivory Coast on 13th of January. Chipping in goals, that is part of the things you put behind Andre Onana. But will he be getting that starting shot? Well, we know Nigeria has been chipped, but we know they carry last. However, let us talk about what happened last night to Arsenal.
May well be another. Emerson getting it in just too far ahead of Bowen. And then Bowen pulling it back. And Sojak rifles it in. Against the run of play and against the expected narrative. West Ham, with a rare attack, lead at Arsenal. Well, only a couple of shots on target for Arsenal so far. West Ham's 1 on target, giving them the lead. Here's Saka, off the post. And he came back so quickly that Trossard couldn't react. In from Ward-Prowse, and in for 2 from Dinos Mavropanos. What a time to score your first Premier League goal against your former employer to send them 2-0 down.
I mean, I don't really understand when you have an ex-Arsenal player play against the Gunners, he must perform, either create assists or score. But here is Mikel Arteta. Remember, Arteta was saying yesterday that they don't need to be under pressure to sign strikers in the January transfer window. But here, Arteta is saying we must start scoring more.
Congratulate West Ham and praise my players. That's what I can tell. This is football. If you look what happened, what we done in the game, how much we generated in the game, and to see the result is very disappointing. But they were better than us in both boxes. And they have 2 shots with the penalty 3. We have 30. I don't know how many touches in the box, how many situations, how many open goals to score, and we haven't. And in football, you have to do that better. You want to win, and today we haven't won because of that. Because for the rest, I think the team kept trying and had an incredible attitude again. It's what it is. We have to try to generate. We don't score goals having 30 shots, then we have to do 50 or 60 or try to score. It's the only thing. I cannot imagine a game that you have more dominance, more touches in the box, less situations of the opponent against a really good West Ham side. But today wasn't enough to win the game.
I think it was more of, for Arteta, understanding that West Ham was far better than Gunners last night. It is what it is has happened, but for Ange Postecoglou, I also saw his side lose 4-2 last night. Well, believe that Tottenham players were, very tired, but they just have to move on.
We looked a little bit tired and like their usual sharpness, particularly at the start of the game. We've been good at starting games well. And I guess that's understandable. We've been on this run for a while now and asking the players to kind of perform at sort of levels, which is very demanding the way we play physically. And, today we kind of looked like a team that was, wasn't at its sharpest. And, Brighton are a good side. They took advantage of that. Ultimately, that what I do know is the players, everything they had, they gave, and that's all you can ask for.
Okay, so let's just hang it there as we move to the other side of the show this morning. Well, look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Although we know the Italian Serie A games are going down tonight, starting 6:30. Fiorentina against Torino, and we have Napoli against Monza. Genoa taking on Inter Milan. Lazio against Frosinone. I'd love to say a very big thank you to everybody that supported Kickoff Sports Show in the year 2023. But remember, when you hear the kick, it will be Kickoff Sports Show 2024. My name is OLADAPO Kunubi. Wish you Happy New Year in advance.
When you hear the kick, here comes Big Dan Jazzy, original producer. Excuse me, I'm a LA. Keep rocking like that, too. Here comes the WC, original Black Diamond. Excuse me, I'm a LA. Keep rocking like that, oh.
Yeah, she said make a wife but I get too many girls I don't feel life and I did die for anything where she wants to I go buy for first time we a sight just feel like say make a bite no not to spite I go take my time to decipher no be say we just a make mouth and as you see me man I can shout they like the way we dey spend cash and when they see us all the ladies go shine baby sexy gon' get it I pack it on punch she said she gon' sell it she said she want a goodie bag yeah she gon' get it you policy your pawns I hope you gon' lick it speak it one by one 2 by 2 on the line wait you know they see you want touch everything you want job everything you want job no be my fault cause I'm the best I need you one rush when you get the kick 1 by 1 2 by 2 on the line wait you know they see you want job everything you want job everything turn it up no be my fault cause I'm the best I need you one rush I like the way you shake your body
Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli! He's back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is Favour Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
what a wonderful time to be right beside every one of us this morning. I mean, it's last Friday in the year 2023. The next Friday will be on the show will be 2024. Good morning to you, young striker. Night. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. And well, what a way to end the year 2023. I'm almost saying 2024. 2024. 2023. Has been fantastic with different, actions, statements, so many things that decided the fate of Nigerians. Talk about economy, talk about politics, talk about sports, talk about, different sectors of Nigerian system. Well, sad, good news, positive news.
Trending.
Yes, trending.
Some phrases that couldn't, leave our lips. The year 2023 was full of a lot of things, from the cash crunch to the elections, to the swearing in of a new president, new governors, the House of Assembly, the drama in the Senate, everything, the SUV.
The swearing in drama.
The SUV cars, the demolition of the building at Rivers State. 2023 was one year that we will never ever forget.
Well, the reason we have Ayodeji Adishope with us this morning and stepping into the studio, for the year 20, hope he steps more into the studio in the year 2024. Good morning to you, comrade Ayodeji Adishope.
A good morning to you, my dear comrade brother and comrade sister. The last edition for year 2023.
Yes!
To God be the glory.
Hallelujah. I mean, it's going to be more fun this morning. You can also be part of the program. The phone lines are open. 0909-888-9939, 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939. Share your 2023 experience with us, most especially talking politics, talking economy, talking security, state of health in Nigeria. What you also notice that changed and what can be better in the year 2024. With the elections that went down, also the off-cycle elections that also happened in the year 2023. So many people will surely have maybe one message to INEC, maybe one message to Mr. President, maybe one message to CBN, maybe one message to Dangote, to Nigeria, talking about the refineries as well. But first, let's look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers this morning. I've got with me, I have the Nation and the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, I have the Vanguard newspaper and the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, let's go.
With the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Aura without end. Plateau village gets fresh attack notice. See page 5. Impending attack fixed for today. MBF. Arts communities get such letters in previous attacks. We are working on to scale up intelligence gathering. Federal government, UN, Northern reps, CACOs demand thorough investigation. Probe killings. Reps minority leader tells NAS. Tinubu must end Plateau killings. PFN President Prophet El Baba Boko's group call for speedy action. And we have other stories right there. Moving from that to Ondo State. Ondo, fear grips political appointees as Aye Datiwa takes charge. You can get that story on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. We'll maintain 3,500 Naira cement price from January. Okay, that's the BUA, BUA cement, the rival.
The Boa cement.
That's the rival of the other cement that we have in Nigeria. Well, figure of out of school children worrisome. Tinubu, page 9. Dangote refinery gets third crude supply of 1 million barrels. Page 19. Court extends interim order against INEC. PDP over 26 defected Rivers lawmakers. And finally, customer credit rises 32% to 3.05 trillion in 9 months. You get that story on page 19.
Okay, now moving on to Punch newspaper this morning, where we look at some headlines here. 5 Akeredolu's men quit Aiyedatiwa's cabinet. Governor shops for deputy. FG can generate 10 trillion naira from non-oil asset. Tax panel chair. Combat insecurity. FG tells 47 new generals. Looking at the front page headline, or the banner headline from the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Plateau massacre. Invaders right community threaten fresh attacks. UN demands probe. And riders to this headline. Attack notice sent to community. Soldiers got 37 distress calls during Saturday's attack. M. Forum chairman. Another writer here. Police treat intelligence report on impeding attacks. UN human rights chief seeks end to killings. Impunity. And the front page picture of the Punch newspaper is about the Agbabola Asisato Shola. With President Bola Tinubu and his wife, Oluremi Tinubu. Tinubu hails Oshoala, says Nigerian women resilient, shining globally. Constabulary tarnishing police image needs separate uniform. Arase. Remember, 2 constabularies were declared in Oyo State days ago. 37 jailed for internet fraud in Ogun, Oyo. Revive moribund farm settlement. Afe Babalola tells Tinubu. You can get all these stories and more from the Punch newspaper this morning.
On the Nigerian Tribune, we have Plateau killings. Human life seem to mean nothing anymore in Nigeria. JNI. With the riders, Shatima Oi's town hall meeting with Plateau leaders, stakeholders, reps, minority caucus wants end to seamless or senseless killings. Now to agriculture. Farmers generate 1.28 billion naira outcome of Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project, SAA intervention. NRC says railway tracks being vandalized in Mushin, Oshodi. Now let's move over to court extending interim order against INEC. PDP over 25 affected Rivers lawmakers. Aiyedatiwa leads Ondo ESCO members on condolence visit to Akeredolu's widow in Ibadan. Gives reasons Akeredolu cannot be forgotten. More tributes to ex-governor. 20.3 million out-of-school children. 36 state FCT failed to access 68.7 billion naira grant in 18 years. Ubek. Only Oshun, Niger, Taraba, Sokoto, Enugu, Ondo launched 10.6 billion naira a counterpart fund in 2023. Falana 6 direct distribution threatens litigation. All of the stories and more you can get from the pages of the Nigerian Tribune.
Now driving down to the Nation newspaper. Check the time right now. It is 9:42. From your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM. From the cap headlines, 27 Rivers lawmakers win another battle in court. PDP insists seat vacant. Oyebanji, Oti, Dairy, 3 others sign 2.25 trillion naira budget. Now, LP fixes Senate form at 3.5 million naira, reps 2 million naira. Now, looking at the red and white headline from the Nation newspaper this morning, ex-INEC chair Jega in 10 members Commonwealth team to Bangladesh. JNI, Plateau, mayhem planned to cause chaos. UNHRC seeks justice for victim. Ondo State will immortalize Akeredolu, says Aiyedatiwa. And 5 riders to this headline. Governor pays condolence visit to widow Betty. Meets Tinubu. Jostling for deputy governor begins. Commissioner quits. Makinde declares 3-day mourning. Ogun Assembly passes 703 billion naira appropriation bill. Oil shipment to deep. These are the headlines you can find from the Nation newspaper this morning. Now let's go straight to the burning issue here. 9:43 is the time. Comrade Ayode Jajishokwe is with us this morning as we look at some major issues before we, do a quick recap of the year 2023 in retrospect. Well, yesterday, Governor of Ondo State, is not Arakuni now, is Loki Ayedatiwa, and he was in Ibadan to pay condolence visit on the family of late Ondo State Governor Arakuni Akeredolu.
Under my leadership, government of Ondo State, on behalf of the good people of Ondo State, to pay a condolence visit to the immediate and extended family of our former governor, Arakunrelu Arotimi Odunayo Akeredolu, SCNCO, and who passed on in his private home here in Ibadan. Yes, we have to do this because he has always been our leader, a courageous one for that matter, one who has governed Ondo State in the last 6.5 to 7 years with great courage and with so many legacies that he has left behind. He's an exemplary leader, a courageous one, a leader that believes in fairness, equity, and justice, a senior advocate of Nigeria who speaks on national issues so that adjustment and proper decision can be made concerning any issue in Nigeria. So he's known for that as an activist. Today he's no more. We have to pay him that respect by coming to the family to condole with them, to commiserate with them. And we have done that. We pray that God will grant the families the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss, and for those of us that he has left behind, to be able to emulate some of the values, the sterling qualities that he's known for, so that we can keep on with the legacies that he has left behind.
Governor Loki Ayedatiwa there speaking in Ibadan yesterday at the home of late Akeredolu. Well, Comrade Ayode Jajishokwe, conflicting reports. I mean, you heard what Ayedatiwa said that Governor Akeredolu passed on in his home in Ibadan.
Residence.
Some said in
Germany.
Lagos, while some said in Germany. So it's like, should we look at the conflicting reports here, or let's just move on and to focus on who will be the deputy of Ayedatiwa?
I think that raises, very serious questions. There was a time we were aware that assistance was being sought by the family to fly him to back to Germany. At the point of his death, the Honorable Commissioner for Information in Ondo State, Bamidele Olateju, issued a statement on behalf of the government to the effect that he passed on in Germany. The son, who also is a special advisor in the state government, issued a statement to the effect that he passed on in Germany. Yeah. Other records were pointing in the direction of Lagos. Well, from the little I've had, the Lucky Ayedatiwa say, he is certainly not a man with the gift of the gab. So maybe the little mix, I consider what he said to be a mix-up. He couldn't have passed on in his home in Ibadan, considering his state of health by the time, he passed on. Our condolences to that family. When people say we feel your pain, we share in your pain, I tell you it's a joke, because you never can feel the pain of the man that has lost a father, the woman that has lost a husband. So when people say we share your pain, we feel your pain, they don't feel nothing. That's just mere rhetoric. So, but thankfully the man lived 67 impactful years. His days as NBA president are notable. in the days of the impeachment of illegal gangster-like impeachment of Ladoja here in Ibadan, Rotimi Akeredolu stood up to the Oyo State Chief Justice. He stood up right to him frontally. And in the time corruption was becoming pervasive, he stood up to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He stood up to him. And you will recall in recent history, when the Southwest came under siege, Akeredolu was the one that led the charge, that led to the formation of Amotekun, in spite of odds, great odds that were placed in the way. Thank God he knew how to navigate legally and, of course, politically. And you will also recall that during that period, Amotekun in Ondo State did work seriously and effectively in curbing, to the extent to which they cooperate, to curb the activities of herders and all those clashes. And then it was stemmed. So the man has done his bit. And yes, they say it's not about the numbers. It's about what you will be remembered for good.
I'm talking about, Akeredolu, chairing and being in the forefront of having the Amotekun.
Yeah.
Some said because being an APC member, being in the same camp with Mr. President, and that was why that was successful. But, we have a Sheyi Makinde that worked hand in hand with him here. But now, talking about shopping for a new deputy, will it be very easy for Aiyedatiwa? Looking at what transpired during the time late Governor Akeredolu was sick. And now he will be, I think they've already mentioned the zone that the deputy will be coming from.
Yeah, senatorial district. If you are one senatorial district, then it will come from either of the two senatorial districts. And let me tell you that whatever transpired, you see, when there is a government in place, there will be the General Assembly. I will just use the easiest example that is available. Jesus had a 12-man cabinet. But among this 12-man cabinet, he had the chosen three. And then out of the chosen three, there was a special one. Akeredolu had a cabinet. He had special advisors. Usually, it is among the special advisors, or one or two in the cabinet, then you will have the inner caucus. It was those people that belonged to the inner caucus that stepped across the red line. In fact, when Aiyedatiwa tendered an open apology, I remember the high priest, a very strong supporter, pillar of Akeredolu, publicly, his senior special assistant on special duties and strategy, publicly denounced Aiyedatiwa, rejecting the apology. He is one of those who crossed the red line. And let me tell you, politicians, and I mean politicians, they can't be trusted. You trust any politician at your own peril. Yes. Look, all those people, they knew. It wasn't rocket science. Akeredolu had a terminal ailment, and that was the second wave. That was the remission. They knew it was going to lead to death. If you are familiar with these things, you can say this is where it's going to end and when. They knew. And they were, some were not loyal. Some thought they got into the cabinet based on the value they were adding politically and electorally. So they were looking forward to it. Look, I can assure you that the deputy governor, have you noticed that the core cabinet, the main cabinet, nobody has resigned. So it is special advisors and those who are, one of them will be picked. It is wisdom for Aiyedatiwa to pick either the SSG or one of the commissioners. That is political wisdom. The party primaries are on him already. The party primaries will hold in April or May. So what chance has he got to do to put his own team together now? He's got to use the team that is on ground. And that they are willing tools. They are politicians. They are willing tools. Everybody is concerned and obsessed remaining in the corridor of power and remaining relevant. They will cut politicians will even cut their own noses to spite their faces.
Now, comrade, sorry to cut in here.
Yeah.
According to Vanguard, we're getting update that Taye Datiwa's choice, according to source, is the Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Razak Obe. So, if he's bringing in this man, maybe he should be playing to what you're also saying here.
It's common political sense for him to do. What time does he have to build structures? Structures are on ground. Just insert your fangs into them and oil the engine.
And here we're also getting that, Betty Akeredolu, recommended Razak Obe.
I would not be surprised.
To be made commissioner.
I would not be surprised that he look, Lucky Aiyedatiwa himself is a product of Betty. I can tell you that authoritatively.
Oh, so that means we should not be expecting too much dust in picking a deputy.
Well, the man has to be very smart. He has to be very smart. This is one chance in a lifetime to climb, legitimately not succeeding as a result of death. And he has to be very careful because those guys are going to go to the other side and work against him and work with anybody else. And it is not going to be a walk in the park for him. There are veteran generals in the field in APC in Ondo State. Veterans.
And, looking at the statement of Governor Seyi Makinde yesterday, flying the flag at half-mast, did you notice any flag flown at half-mast in Ibadan?
Let me tell you.
This morning?
Let me tell you.
Or just at a political statement?
No, it is not. I can tell you that the governor is pained. His choice of words, they were in the trenches together. Oyo suffered terrible security breaches. And if not for, the non-state actors like Igboho, and then the introduction, legal hurdles were put in the constitutional hurdles, legal hurdles were put in the way of Amotekun. It took Rotimi Akeredolu being in charge, and the man is such a man that does not mean so. So our governor must be feeling a lot of pain. Look, Akeredolu is an Ibadan man. He lived, worked all his, legal, giant strides. He took them in Ibadan. He resided in Ibadan until his death. He's an Ibadan man. And he has engaged with our governor, and he must be feeling some pain. His choice of words, he said, brother, we were in the trenches together, I am pained. And it is the value, it is the appreciation of the man's value. You will notice that in the whole of Southwest, even his state declared only 3 days of mourning, and Oyo is declaring one. It is no political drama, I can tell you.
All right, let's move away from politics and talk about the security breaches. Let's leave the issue of Aiyedatiwa and Akeredolu alone. As at this morning, it's aura without end. I mean, terrorists taking charge of the security, sending letters to communities in Plateau. I think this should be something the government should find something to do about. I mean, how can you say that the terrorists are one step ahead of us, and then they keep proving to us that, yes, they know what they're doing without, putting some security measures in place? Lives of humans are no longer, paramount in Nigeria.
If you're familiar with Plateau states like I happen to be, all those Barrack-in Ladi, Bokos, and all those places where that, devastating attacks took place, almost 200 lives. They're not far from Plateau State. And what really pained me is the fact that the Army, the Defense Communications Officer, came out that they actually received distress calls, about 30 or so, and
37.
37. And he blamed, according to him, the terrain. I mean, these are people that are constitutionally charged with defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria. I mean, when you claim difficult terrain, does that mean if we come under attack now, the military will say difficult terrain, we cannot go and defend Nigeria's territorial integrity. It is very, very sad. But you see, the police told us, PPRO Plateau said they have credible intelligence and they are working on it. And I said, they are better not just work on it, they are better act on it. This terror, I keep saying this, we should address the real issue in Plateau. The issue in Plateau is not going to go away. It has ethnic dimension to it.
How?
Very good. First of all, let's go down memory lane in history. The people of the Middle Belt, Benue Plateau, have never been conquered by anybody. Even in the days of Ottoman Fodio and his rampaging armies, they have never been conquered. They are warriors themselves. And what brought this trouble on Plateau was when people they call settlers wanted to take charge of Jos North local government. Go and check the history. I know Plateau very, very well. They wanted, and they did some manipulation, and won election in quotes into Jos North local government. They were not going to take that. I don't want to mention names of ethnic groups, but they could generally call them settlers. You know, that was when all hell was let loose in Plateau. That was the beginning and the genesis of it. And of course, you can manage what security in what do you call it, in Jos. Even Jos now is divided. The Yorubas live in one section, the settlers live in one section, then the indigenous live in one section. That was what happened in Kaduna too, when trouble broke out in Kaduna in the 80s and 90s. That is what is happening just now. So when security is ensured and guaranteed, because that's the capital in Jos, they now moved to the outskirts of Jos. Bukuru, they cannot touch Bukuru because Bukuru has some federal installations and they are not even villages. So they went out of Bukuru down to Barrack in Ladi, Dorowa, Babuji, and all those places where they can strike. And before you get there, or you look, go and check those divisional police or divisions of police there. What do they have? They are not equipped. There aren't how many men? And we are talking about rampaging terrorists with AK-47, AK-49, equipped and very mobile on their bikes.
So in 30 seconds, what do you think should be done? Lives are being wasted.
Step up surveillance. Step up surveillance. Step up intel gathering. Intel it is always better. A stitch in time saves 9. It is always better to be ahead. How can criminals be ahead of the law and law enforcement? Step up intelligence gathering. Step it up and nip it in the bud rather than trying to combat it.
Okay, 30 seconds gone. Now let's go straight to the other side as we do a recap of the year 2023. We'll look at what started the year. I mean, FAVOUR started with the cash crunch. At the end of the day, the battle was won. But I think we are already having a flashback. We had a flashback in the past few days where we had a cash crunch in the banks. But I think everything is now getting the dust is now getting settled.
Yeah, it is getting better.
Let us have a dream of what we expect. This is GT the Gentleman Dreamer. We come back, we'll do a review.
And so many people are asking so many questions, just like me. Got nothing to do, just stop it there one day my dreams will come true. All my life, it's always on my mind. Not so long it seems that I've been dreaming once again. It's not that I am lazy, it's not that I'm not strong. Situation in this nation is giving me no choice. Even though I know it's give up, but then I just keep asking myself, when am I gonna be what I wanna be? When am I gonna see what I wanna see? Time is thinking and I can't wait no more. Dreams ever come true in the spite of this world. When am I gonna be what I wanna be? When am I gonna see what I wanna see? Time is ticking and I can't wait no more.
Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
Okay, so that was one of the major, actions that shaped the year 2023. That was the presidential election announcement by INEC. After that, the other parties, Labour, PDP, went on to court, even to the tribunal, right, to the Supreme Court, and at the end of the day,
it was still they hand the declaration as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So let's look at the political landscape of the year 2023. How did it shape, and what changed, and what do you think can be better? Yes, we had that of the beavers. We had different people cross-carpeting. The Minister for Power, that is Adelabu, moved from APC to Accord, returned to APC after getting the appointment. A lot of movements. We are still expecting more movements because we also heard of Shina Pella moving to PDP very soon. But now for you, how would you, review, how would you rate the political landscape in the year 2023?
Nigeria's political landscape has always been dynamic, especially this Third Republic. The worrisome part for me is that we do not have political parties. What we have are special purpose vehicles for grabbing power. If political parties are identifiable by what they stand for, and I do not mean a little to the left or a little to the right. It's about, yes, you might agree about the objectives, but the strategies, the tactics and strategies. Yes, Nigeria must be an indivisible union. Agreed. But what about the strategies? What about the tactics? We must grow our economy. What about the strategies? What about the tactics? Some might say we'll go straight at it. Some will say we'll take it from the front. So those are the differences in political parties. But here, how can the CPC and ACN merge and they say they are forming a political party? I mean, what kind of a political party are you going to have?
Maybe based on mathematics. Politics is a game of numbers.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. They are special purpose vehicles for grabbing power. And when they got power, they said CPC has taken the presidency. Senate presidents will go to MPDP and ACM will have the VP. They shared power. Now, look at what eventually happened. But let's even leave those details out. So, that is the bane. The bane. The Honorable Minister of Power sat here the day I interviewed him, and I pointed this out to him. And I said, I'm talking about political parties being ideological. He said the fundamental problem of Nigeria is people are hungry, and all that is necessary is to provide them the basics, food and all that. He said, yes, even that, those require strategies. And that is what we will place before the people. And the people will say, okay, we prefer your own approach, or we prefer your own approach. It is about strategies and approach to resolving Nigeria's problems. It is not that we don't know the problems. We know the problems. So when you people that do not agree on the style of approach get together to come and resolve Nigeria's problem, there won't be any resolution. That is the problem that we'll have.
Okay.
All right, so should we move to the
next? Because I was about asking before, maybe a lot of people will say Nigeria is a two-party system based on what we are seeing, PDP, APC. But two parties came on board. That was Labour and NNPP. In 60 seconds, what role did these two parties play? And do you see this party playing bigger roles come next election? I mean, we're having by-election come 2024 very early.
Those two parties that you mentioned, they are PDP. They are the
Labour and NNPP?
They are PDP.
Okay.
They are the parties that spoiled Atiku's birth. And Atiku, I don't understand what happened or took over Atiku. Atiku just threw away his chance. Because if he had managed the post even the post party primaries were. Believe you me, I do not understand why he could allow what Peter Obi to leave. Peter Obi to leave. And you had Wanya who said, they told us that it was our turn to become president in Nigeria. He didn't tell us who told him. So imagine now, Southeast has always voted for the northern-based parties. It has always been tradition. Imagine the votes Obi had. Even take half of it away. Take half of it away.
Add it to Atiku.
And add it to Atiku and add the one from Kano. Let's say some voted on religious sentiment. Take half of Obi's votes away. That people who not ordinarily vote. Take half of it away and add the one from Kano to it. You see, these things they call predestination. Sometimes you just have to agree. You just have to agree with it. Believe you me, he just threw it away. Only God knows what took him over. Even if he had managed a wiki, we wouldn't have had G5. Look at what damage G5 did.
So Atiku caused the problem for himself.
Atiku brought this upon himself.
And upon PDP.
By extension, PDP allowed Atiku to manipulate it.
So PDP brought the problem upon themselves?
Of course. They stood logic on its head. Look, the moment PDP decided to stand logic on its head, I knew they were heading for disaster. Look, Akeredolu, the role he played, in spite of his closeness to Buhari, he was the one, and Anambra governor, Soludo, that chaired that meeting in Delta and insisted on the southern president, that it was has to be a southern president. Those are the things we'll be remembered for. So, that, and what do you call him, Atiku? They stood logic on his own head. A man from the north was leaving after 8 years. And you now say PDP had only years of Yaradua. We are talking about Nigeria, we're not talking about PDP. So the moment to achieve an objective, they stood logical on it. See where I brought them.
Okay, let's be logical. The economy too has, played some kind of logic this morning. In the swearing in of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a very, very impactful statement was made.
Of fuel subsidy, unfortunately, the budget that I've glimpsed before I assume office, and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. So fuel subsidy is gone.
That was the impactful statement. Fuel subsidy is gone. And immediately that statement was made, filling stations in the whole of Nigeria started to, hike up the prices. Let's look at the impact on the economy 2023, that particular statement.
I won't forget, there are things you will forget where you were when it's occurred. I was right outside this building trying to descend. And I was listening to the man speak. Immediately I called my wife. I said, go fill that car and get Before I left this place, the price of PMA has hit 600 naira. And by sundown, they just locked their station. And the good thing that I noticed was that I think that evening, they knew things, the presidency knew things were spiraling out of control. They called a meeting and fixed a price for it, at least to organize some semblance of order. That was when we had some order. But you see, the impact is this. I keep saying this. When government makes pronouncements, policies, fiscal and monetary, if you do anything, accompanying that statement was also the issue of foreign exchange. It was a twin issue. So when he said that, instantly, you know what PMS does in our life. Yeah. Everybody, 99% of us depend on PMS moving around. And some of these goods, the small and medium scale enterprises use petrol. They don't use diesel, except probably the welders that need to use diesel. So, and the economy, the small and medium scale economy companies, they constitute about 75-80% of the economy. And you can imagine them running on PMS. The barber, the hairdresser, the tailor, these are the people that saw the impact of that. And I keep telling people, when you're coming from the north, yes, those vehicles that bring the cows and all of that, but those who bring fresh items, tomatoes, pepper, on a daily basis from the north, they run on PMS. And of course, that will impact immediately. The trucks that bring gari from Oyo, they don't use diesel because they don't bring that much quantity. So that has brought us to where we are today. Believe you me, Nigerians are in dire straits. Nigerians, if you see them down and ask them to explain how they live day by day, they cannot account. Nigeria, you cannot account for it.
We are resilient people, right?
Resilient people.
We know how to, manage. But talking about management, Governor Seyi Makinde took a bold step. He made a particular statement as well for the safer package. And we now talk about how this was managed. Was it well managed in Oyo State? And talk about other states.
You see,
we have arrived at decisions that we believe will be of the most benefit to the good people of Oyo State. In reaching these decisions, we considered the importance of using these economic packages to stimulate our economy and bring about sustainable development. Therefore, the Oyo State government has resolved to take the following actions tagged Sustainable Actions for Economic Recovery, SAFER. Our SAFER package will ensure a softer landing for the poorest of the poor and the most vulnerable. It will also address the need for food security through direct intervention to our farmers. Additionally, we shall be making provisions that will ease the transportation pains of our civil servants and other residents of Oyo State. Let me now share the details of our SAFER package. 1. Following the pattern of our actions during the COVID-19 pandemic, we are updating our social register to include 200,000 of the poorest of the poor. This will be provided with immediate food relief packages. As usual, we will ensure transparency in the registration process so that only those who qualify will get this immediate relief. We'll be providing health insurance for 100,000 of our will be kept at low rates, while our senior citizens and students will board the buses at half price.
Well, Governor Seyi Makinde speaking there. Let's go on the break, comrade. When we come back, we'll discuss about this and we'll take the last lap. Do not go anywhere.
Omo, you're always on your phone. You don't even have time for your guys anymore. Where you they see this data?
Sorry, bro. It's Ayoba.
Ayoba? Which babe is that one again?
Ayoba is not a babe. It's the all-in-one app that lets you chat and call friends, listen to music, play games, get trendy gist, and many more. All on the app. No need for multiple apps. Just use Ayoba and enjoy.
Yo, tell me more.
Yes! With Ayoba, you can play, work, have fun, share files, and many more. And that's not all. MTN subscribers get 700 MB weekly to enjoy all these on Ayoba. So, what are you waiting for? Download Ayoba now on Play Store or App Store to get started.
Guy, this Ayoba is better than you said, oh.
MTN, what are we doing today?
Every lit day of Christmas, Prime Video gives to me action-packed adventure.
I don't hit soft.
Heartwarming drama. How would you help him? Edge of sea, it's thriller.
It's like the good old days.
Real cracking shows.
You don't freak out.
Catch all the fun right here on Prime Video. All Christmas long. What a way to enjoy the season.
This Christmas, watch Candy Cane Lane, Jack Reacher, Breath of Life, LOL 9 Jack She Must Be Obeyed on Prime Video. Start your free trial today.
John, what's up? Check your phone. I just send you Momo referral. My mama don't run that one for me since now. Me say for the find who I go refer, make her quick hammer my million.
Hey! Hey! You too fit be one of the 6 millionaires for the Momo Refer and Win promo. To win, dial star 671 hash to sharply open your Momo account and select option 6 to refer your family and friends them. After that, make sure see them open Momo account and use them recharge time or data at least 100 naira. Chicken. Now, the more people where you refer, the more you go win. Oh. If you don't see out of 6 million naira every week, you fit to chop out of 160 million naira. Momo Refer and Win promo. The more you refer, the more you win. This promo go run from November 2010 to 31st December 2023. Terms and conditions dey shall.
Àkànní eléyìí tí o fi rọ́bà mú fóònù tó. Kí la máa wá ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tí fóònù sọ lọ́jà báyìí? Jẹ́ kí n máa fomi lò bẹ́ẹ̀ jàre. Ajẹ́pọ̀ tí ìjà sí Paris 3050. Paris 3050.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o eléyìí gàgàrà ó jura wọn lọ sà. Paris Phones and Electronics ló ní kó wá mú èyíkéyìí fóònù tó bá wù ọ́ pẹ̀lú àsansílẹ̀ 30% péré tàbí kí o gbé èyíkéyìí electronics tó o bá fẹ́ nílé iṣẹ́ wa pẹ̀lú àsansílẹ̀ 50%, ìyẹn ìdajì owó kí o sì san iye owó tó kù pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. Má sùn má wàrà ro. Tara ṣàṣà máa bọ̀ ní ilé iṣẹ́ Paris Phones and Electronics tó wà ní àdójúkọ Paris Bakery ìfẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ MAF 21 Adéọ̀yọ́ Junction Ring Road nílùú Ìbàdàn láti jẹ àǹfààní oríire Paris 3050. Pèsè àwọn nọ́mbà yìí 0706-277-5665 tàbí 0906-886-1538. Paris Phones and Electronics. Ó jura wọn lọ sà.
Ìlànà àti àsọyépọ̀ wà.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Welcome back, 10:20. We've got less than 10 minutes to wrap up the retrospect for the year 2023. So let's talk about the state of economy and the statement of Governor Seyi Makinde there. The way other governors also managed the fuel subsidy removal and the palliative.
Yes, I keep saying this, that there are two sides to the coin of the economy. There is a monetary side and also there is a fiscal side. When monetary policy decisions are taken, it impacts immediately, even before the completion of the statement. But you see, we see what the governor of Oyo State is talking about here, and the president too has taken steps like that. I want to quote the governor here. He said they're going to be taking deliberate steps to stimulate the economy for sustainable development. You see, when today they say we're going to be putting 10 billion to the farmers, you know that even if that 10 billion is right available there, they have to organize the farmers. They have to identify the farmers. And they have to decide, is it, this will go for grains, this will go for tubers. This, you know, it will not just give to anybody. It will be targeted. And then those farmers, what is in season for planting now? And our agriculture is rain-fed. That is one terrible disadvantage. Then they will not start deploying. When they now plant, harvest, before it gets to the market, that's not going to be in 90 days. The one that comes quickly is maize, grains, 90 days. And that is if it is in season. So that is why you don't feel the impact of fiscal policies immediately. Look, if they say they lift embargo on the importation of rice now, you know they have to pay for the rice, ship the rice here before it starts impacting. That is not going to be happening in 30, 40 days. So that is the difference between fiscal policies and monetary policies. So when we say government is not doing anything, we are not seeing what they are doing, people are suffering, that is just our reality. That is the reality of the economy. Look, we didn't get here by sudden flight. We got here a journey of 30 years. And it is patently clear that most of the fiscal policies that were instruments that were deployed under Buhari were deployed under the central bank, which is the monetary authority. And that is a very, very sad one. Minister of Finance was not on the same page with the governor of the central bank. And the governor of the central bank became so powerful. You know, it was like he was the coordinating minister for the economy, governor of the central bank. I mean, that was an aberration. So, if we have order now, the guy that is in finance now, I think is a coordinating Wale Edun. Okay, and you see, that's why you have to build a team, not you go and bring somebody from X and bring Wale Edun, the governor of central bank now. These are guys that have worked together before. They are not just checking each other out, like two boxers getting into the ring and checking themselves out. I mean, they've known each other. So that is why you need to work with your own team. And thankfully, we run the presidential system. So, and in reality, I'm not going to say this government is not going to work until after 1 year. And 1 year is not so far away. That's just 5 months from now.
Because Wole Soyinka made a statement that he will start reviewing, the administration of Bola Tinubu after 7 months or thereabout.
Yeah.
I think is it close to 7 months now? I mean, over 100 days now. But I mean,
it is. I mean, we had the whole of June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 months.
So that should be by January. You start speaking. But now let's talk about the actors that were suspended after the emergence of Mr. President, the FCC chairman and the CBN governor. Soludo, as I said Soludo, sorry, Emefiele, talking about the EFCC chair who were suspended, grilled, and do we really say these people deserve to be grilled by DSS?
Well, DSS is responsible for internal security, NIA is responsible for external security. Well, the police has lost its shine. And don't forget that this thing they used to be NSO to SSS, SSS to DSS, used to be a branch of the police. It used to be called E-branch. So they took the shine of the police. It was the military. Obasanjo created NSO. They took, after the assassination of Murtala Mohammed, that they failed in their primary duty and all of that. They took the shine of the police. Look, the police, if properly equipped and trained, all this one that they are saying police is recruiting 10,000. It never used to be so. I have a cousin that retired as AIG. He told me that recruitment of police was on a daily basis in Ikeja, on monthly basis. They knew the number of people that were retiring. They knew the number of the population growth percentage. They were being fed with information. And they were recruiting numbers accordingly. Not that if 10,000 policemen, that's a major shortfall to be doing. And how many times have they done that in the past year? What is the UN ratio and all of that? So, coming to Emefiele, the woman inside Okeado market knows Emefiele. If she does not know Emefiele by face, knows Emefiele. That is the woman in Oje.
The biggest name in Nigeria.
The biggest name. And not as a result of good deeds, but as a result of the pain that he inflicted on Nigeria. You know, and Emefiele, this is Nigeria. Emefiele said that Jim Obaze was pursuing a satanic agenda. And, you open 530-something accounts, and you don't take responsibility. You say there are departments in the central bank that is responsible for that. Who superintended over those departments and agencies? You understand? Even if, as a banker, when he was commercial banker, if a company had 300 accounts with his bank, will he not call the management of that bank and say, come on, guys, for accountability's sake, streamline all this? And who was giving? Emefiele was not acting alone, no. Emefiele was not acting alone. Emefiele was acting in consonance with the other deputy governors. They sidelined the board. They did not take the issue of this redesign of the Naira. They did not take it to the board. That was why the Minister of Finance said that matter has not been discussed.
Okay. I mean, we've discussed a lot. This is 1027. I would have loved us, to discuss more, talk about refinery 2024. So now, in 60 seconds, with the refinery in Port Harcourt that is back, what do you expect?
Don't talk about Port Harcourt. That Port Harcourt is not back.
Okay.
It's not back anywhere.
So Dangote refinery.
What Lokobiri did was fraud. It should be investigated for that. Okay. They bought and loaded gas to create that flare. That was fraud.
Okay.
Fact.
30 seconds to go. What do you expect in 2024?
Keeping hope alive. Keep hope alive. And have a plan. And have a plan A and plan B and plan C. And those who are willing to japa, it's migration. Let them go.
Keep hope alive. Thank you very much, Comrade Ayode Jadishokwe, for joining us for the last show for the year 2023. Thank you so much for being you and being a great comrade.
Thank you, my comrade brother and sister, and thank you, Solutions 93.4, this powerful platform. God bless you all. God bless our union.
God bless Nigeria. Let's also keep praying for Nigeria that the land will be greener and people will come back home to say Nigeria is getting better for year 2024. My name is OLADAPO Kunubi.
And my name is FAVOUR. I'll love until I have a prosperous